Ancient Egyptian punishments. There were many laws in Egypt, for there was a lot of punishment for breaking a law. One of the punishments was 100 strokes of the cane, and if the crime was worse, 5 bleeding cuts were added. Other punishments included branding, exile, mutilation, drowning, decapitation, and burned alive. The worst crime was tomb raiding, as the treasures of the tomb was sacred. A lot of punishment in ancient Egypt were fatal, such as drowning, decapitation, and burned alive. Pharaoh General decided what would happen to the criminal. The ancient Egyptians did not leave us a code of law, but they lived in a society where good and evil were distinguished and acutely felt. Literary texts taught harmony in society, but the crime and the punishment was often severe. No riches, no the nobility raised a person above the law. High treason committed by powerful nobles and officials were treated harshly. Armed with sticks, the police guarding public places, at times making use of dogs or, more rarely without doubt, trained monkeys. Prevention of crime and the apprehension of criminals was the duty of local officials and police. They have opened investigations following complaints from citizens. During the Old Kingdom, there was apparently no professional judges. The cases were tried before the courts of scribes and priests appointed for this purpose, with officials, or even sometimes 2 viziers of the president. The concept of Ma'at was significant in the legal framework. Ma'at, the goddess of the world order, represented truth, balance and justice in the universe. This concept allowed that everyone, except slaves, should be considered equal before the law, regardless of the position of wealth or social status. Minor offenses such as personal attack could see a person whipped, be sold as slaves, or sent to a worker in one of the country's construction projects or mines. There are cases where the culprits had their hands, nose, tongue and feet cut off as a punishment. Also, the role of punishment continues after death. After the death of Egyptian life was to prepare him/her for the journey into the afterlife. They mummified body, provided the deceased with food and other items to support him/her. The heart, the individual has acknowledged the good and bad deeds of the deceased to the gods, and was examined by the god Anubis. During the ceremony weighing of the heart, it was then weighed with the feather of truth, Ma'at. If the heart is heavy, it was eaten by the demon Ammit.